Welcome to this explainer. If you are completely sick and tired of the false promises and those flashy, fake lifestyles being sold to you about making money online, well, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're going to bypass all the hype and break down the absolute reality of what it actually takes to build a real online income. No nonsense, just the facts.
You know, there's a saying out there that the internet is like a jungle. And man, they will try to sell you everything. Maybe you've already tried jumping into dropshipping, or Amazon FBA, or even day trading, and you found out the hard way that those so-called gurus in their rented Lamborghinis aren't exactly telling you the whole truth. It's totally validating to finally realize that the overwhelming flood of fake experts trying to pitch you a $1,000 course is literally just noise. The truth is, almost all these methods actually work, but they definitely don't work magically overnight without real effort.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today to demystify these online businesses and give you a clear, actionable guide. First, we'll cover the easy money myth. Then we'll look at Amazon KDP and TikTok. After that, we'll break down the YouTube business model. And finally, we'll wrap up with the reality of scaling. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the easy money myth. It's time to contrast those flashy, deceptive promises of instant wealth with some much-needed, grounded reality.
So you absolutely have to watch out for these red flag buzzwords. Automatic, passive, guaranteed, easy, risk-free, fast. Honestly, if you hear any of these words, especially coming from someone trying to push an overpriced course on you, it is highly likely a trap. As our source material points out, the information in those expensive courses can almost always be found for free with a simple Google search. Real methods for making money online definitely exist, for sure. But here's the reality check. They all have a learning curve, and they all require real time and commitment.
Let's move on to Section 2, Amazon KDP and TikTok. We are shifting gears now from what doesn't work to a highly practical, viable business model. So how does this actually work? Well, it pairs publishing books through Amazon KDP with completely free organic traffic from TikTok. Instead of blowing your budget on Facebook ads, you're leveraging the TikTok algorithm. And the best part? You really don't need to be the next great novelist. We're talking about highly viral formats, things like journals, diaries, coloring books, and funny novelty books. It's kind of wild, right? Some of the most profitable books you can sell right now have almost no words in them at all. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the math behind it. Imagine you create a book that nets you a $16 profit per sale. Then you post a TikTok video showing it off, and it hits the algorithm perfectly, getting 100,000 views. If just 1% of those viewers actually buy the book, that equals a cool $7,000 in earnings. And the absolute beauty of this? You did it with almost zero financial investment upfront.
Let's map out your exact 6-step actionable playbook for this. Number 1, create your Amazon KDP account. 2, create the book itself. Remember, keep it simple, like a journal or coloring book. 3, set up your TikTok profile. 4, hit publish on your book on Amazon. 5, start pumping out 1 to 3 short videos a day on TikTok to show off your product. And finally, step 6, once you find a video format that goes viral, you replicate it. It's just a repeatable engine.
All right, moving right along to Section 3, the YouTube business model. This is arguably the absolute best online business out there for building a truly loyal audience.
Now, to really grasp the earning potential here, let's slow down for a second and demystify some critical industry jargon. First up is CPM, which stands for cost per mil. Simply put, this is the exact amount advertisers are willing to pay for every 1,000 monetized views of your video. Think of this as the advertiser's side of the whole equation.
But contrast that with RPM, or revenue per mil. This is what actually matters to your pocketbook. RPM is the actual revenue that you, the creator, receive per 1,000 total views. Once you finally hit YouTube's monetization requirements, RPM tells you exactly how your earnings are calculated and what your cut of the pie actually is.
The mechanics of starting your channel are incredibly straightforward. Step 1, pick a niche that is actually profitable. Step 2, research your target audience so you know who you're talking to. Step 3, create the video. And keep in mind, this means scripting, editing, recording the voiceover, and doing your titles and tags. And step 4, hit publish.
So, the crucial point is this. Once that video is live, its success depends entirely on the algorithm's 2 absolute favorites: click-through rate, or CTR, and audience retention. Basically, you need people to click your thumbnail, and then you need them to stay and watch the whole thing.
If you nail those two metrics, YouTube is going to recommend your video to thousands of new people. And that brings us to Section 4, the reality of scaling. Let's ground ourselves with some realistic expectations about the effort, mindset, and future of your new venture.
And this brilliantly illustrates the two totally different paths you can take. If you just want a second income to support your studies or pay rent, you can totally handle it on your own as a side hustle. But if you have an ambitious goal to expand, you really need to delegate the work. Outsourcing things like editing or formatting is how you build a serious, scalable business.
Now, whichever path you choose, you have to remember, progress is almost never a linear road. There will be bumps. But here is the empowering part. Every single obstacle you overcome builds new skills and awareness. When you face that exact same hurdle again, you'll know exactly what to do. You are quite literally building your own resilience.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to quickly remind you that our source has a super detailed analysis file breaking all this down, and you can find that right in the description. But before you go, I want to leave you with this one thought to spark some action. Which path will you commit to mastering first to build your real online income? The truth is out there, but the commitment, well, that has to come from you. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next explainer.